Okay folks, so we're back in the Audi A1 today with the little Carista device, as we can see here. That's plugged into the OBD2. Already in this series we've looked at diagnosis, servicing and customization, but today we're looking at live data. This is perhaps one of the most impressive things you can do with the Carista, and it really is unbelievable how powerful this software is combined with that little OBD2 scanner. Okay, so we're connected to the car, we're onto the live data. First thing we're going to go into is airbag crashes count report. Now just think, you're going to view a used car, it comes back as HPI clear. If you want to know more about why you don't trust something that says HPI clear, watch the main video that's pinned on my channel page on YouTube. Very important that you do that because a lot of people learn a lot from that. But you can also go into this and it will tell you how many times the airbags have been deployed. How useful is that? So it detects front crashes, side crashes, rear crashes, all that at the touch of a button. Very, very useful information because lots of cars out there have a hidden past, including ones at main dealers, I might add. We're going into the next section now, which is service interval info. So you might be given a service book with loads of stamps in, okay? Lots of them fake. Lots and lots of them are fake, even when they've got main dealer stamps. You can buy all those on eBay. There's a video about that on my channel, which I'll put a link to up there somewhere. This actually gives you data from the car. So it's telling you when the car was last serviced, when the car was last inspected, what the oil quality's like. This is all very, very useful information. If you've got a book with a stamp in it saying that it had an oil and filter change 2 months ago, and it says here that your oil quality's bad, you know that that little book is a work of fiction. Very useful. Then we've got wheel speed live data. So this is good for fault diagnosis really. Might also suggest the chassis is a bit bent. But when you drive the car, this is going to show you the speed at each wheel in real time. That should be pretty much the same at each wheel, more or less. If there's a discrepancy there on one wheel, it might suggest the car's got a problem. So again, very, very useful, especially when you're doing a test drive of a car. Then got engine turbo live data. This might be useful to you if you're a tuner perhaps, or if you just want to check everything's working as it should. It could also diagnose problems if you suddenly find that the car's lacking in power. Engine data, again, this is fantastic for diagnosing faults. If you know what you're up to with this kind of stuff, you can find out lots and lots from this. Engine torque, so how much torque the engine's actually delivering. Distance driven since fault codes were raised. Again, massively useful if you're looking at a used car. Let's say you go to test drive a car, everything looks fine, you plug in your little Carista, connect to this, and you find out that 1 kilometre ago, loads of fault codes were erased. That could ring an alarm bell for you. It would certainly be worth asking, you know, what those fault codes were and getting something in writing. If you're buying the car from a dealer, getting something in writing, say, they've erased these fault codes and the issue's been resolved. Because they've replaced a part or done something else. It just gives you a little bit more sort of reassurance that you're not going to drive up the road, there's going to be a problem, and they'll say, oh, sorry mate, it was fine when it left us. Coolant temperature, engine load, engine speed, and perhaps the most useful one of all now, we've got mileage information. So this tells you what the mileometer reading is on the dash, then what the mileometer reading is at the engine, and then what the mileometer reading is at the engine control module. Now, you might find that your odometer reading says the car's got 20,000 miles on it or something, but this is telling you that the engine has got 80,000 miles on it. That's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Either the engine's been swapped or the car's been clocked. And the car being clocked is the most likely one there, folks. People think clocking of cars is something that used to happen years ago. It's never been easier, really. And something like this just gives you a little bit more reassurance when you're buying a used car. And then finally, in the live data, we've got basic OBD2 information. Some of these things you'll find in other areas, but there is a ton of data in here. So you've got load, coolant temperature, intake manifold pressure, engine RPM, vehicle speed, ignition time in advance, intake air temperature, fuel rail pressure, number of warm-ups since diagnostic trouble code cleared, ambient air pressure, battery voltage, loads of info on fuel systems and throttle positions. Really useful stuff, again, if you're either a tuner or if you're trying to diagnose a fault. That kind of stuff can be priceless to you. And don't forget, if you want to get one of these little scanners for yourself, you're looking at 25 quid, 26 quid, I think, if you use my 25% off discount on Amazon. Link for that in the video description and pinned as a top comment. Also, the checker is there, so you can go and check the compatibility with your vehicle with one of these. So you don't need to waste your money and buy one for no reason. You can check your car first. It will tell you the kind of things you'll be able to do with your specific car. Because although we've got all these functions in this little Audi A1, you might have very different functions in a different make or model of vehicle. So it's definitely worth getting that checked out properly before you part with your cash. You can get a month's use of the app for about £10, and it's under 50 for 12 months. I think that's a great price for what is an extremely powerful and user-friendly piece of software. But I've now used this little Carista on BMW, on an Audi, on a VW, on two VWs actually, and it's just been brilliant. A couple of times to diagnose faults, a couple of times to do little customization things. It's a brilliant piece of kit. I heartily recommend it. Go and check it out now. Folks, if you found this video useful or interesting, it's completely free to give it a thumbs up, completely free to leave a comment, and completely free to subscribe. So please go and do all these things and make me happy. I'll see you on the next one. Guys, don't forget to use that link to Amazon that's in the video description and pinned as the top comment to order your Carista device, and use that promo code 𝑘𝙃𝙉𝙉𝙉𝙉𝙍 when you're in the checkout on Amazon, and you'll get 25% off. This really is a superb piece of equipment that I encourage all of you to get if you've got a compatible car. Once again, that compatibility checker link is down there for you too. Hope you enjoy the rest of the videos in this series where we look more into what this thing can do.